today I'm going to be talking with one of our amazing clients, Bendita, who has her company, Green Capital Cleaning in Tucson, Arizona. And she has her virtual assistant through our company, ineeda.va. How are you doing today, Bendita?
Oh, I'm so good. So happy to be here. Thank you for
Um,
asking. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm so excited to talk to you every single time that we get on the phone. It's a vibe. It's so much
Yes.
fun to talk to fellow entrepreneurs who are just energetic about what they do. And so,
Yeah.
so excited to have you here today.
Thank
Um,
you.
of course. So tell me, before you had a virtual assistant working for you, and you have an amazing virtual assistant because she was just nominated our VA
Yes.
of the month. So congratulations to her and to
Yeah.
you. But before, tell us
Thank
about
you.
before you had a VA. What was it like running your business kind of on your, I know you have a business partner, but just the two of you without any help?
Well, I did have a business partner. And honestly, before Diane came into my life, it was just really everywhere. It wasn't like super organized, like I'm such a dreamer and, I'm an entrepreneur. So I'm like, naturally, I have all these ideas and I'm like, yes, 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 let's go. But there's a difference between like having the idea and then turning it into something tangible. So
Right.
before Diane came into my life, I just was not as organized. I didn't technically feel like a real business owner. So she really helped me with like getting organized because it was just chaotic before. And I've been in business for 5 years, so I don't want it to make it seem like I didn't have like like a legit
Oh no,
business set up.
you had a big business, right?
Yeah, but it was just like the organizing. It wasn't really organized because I would call it the boring stuff. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't want to do that boring stuff. I just like getting excited and starting stuff, and then so a
Yeah.
lot less organized.
It's funny because I have a cleaning company too, and it was so unorganized and it would have been over for 20 years. Okay.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to do all that boring stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And then when I'm physically cleaning, it was so easy for me to be like, "Oh, I'm tired," or
Yeah.
because the job is so physical.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of things, if I'm being honest, did get avoided. So
Oh, I can completely relate to that. How was the recruitment process with our company? Tell me a little bit about, going through that initial process of finding the right VA for you. How did it go for you?
it was really cool actually. I loved, first of all, the communication with you and your team. It was really amazing. Honestly, from the first call that I had with you, I was already ready to go before I got on with you. And then after talking to you, I was like, oh, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
And then I loved how we got to, pick like certain things that were very important for us. I love how it was like different options. It wasn't just like, okay, here's your assigned VA. Like I actually got to video chat and pick which one I liked. And before the video chat, I loved how you guys gave us a little what is it called?
Portfolios.
Profile. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, of each of them. And honestly, Brittany, I picked Diane before the video. I already knew that I
Yeah.
liked her. I could just tell. Her skill set for what I'm doing and everything. I just knew it was a wrap. But I really enjoyed the process. It was really seamless. I felt like you guys pretty much did everything. And I just thought it was amazing that I got to have those interactions and I got to choose. There's something about having multiple options. I'm a Gemini too. So
Yeah.
I like to have options, and it was really cool to be able to select my VA versus you guys just assigning me one with what you thought was fit. Like I actually
Right.
got to pick. So I thought that was great.
That's one of the biggest selling points for me was that you guys get to pick. Like I
Yeah.
made it very clear to the team, like we're not assigning people a team member. As
Yep.
it's scary enough hiring your first employee,
Right.
um, but having someone kind of hold your hand through the process and be like,
Yep.
you know
Exactly.
what, I think this is a good fit for you, but here's some
Mhm.
other options as well. It really lets you feel like you are in control of
Yeah.
your business, which is so important as a business owner. You Everything ultimately goes through you. And so we're really glad
Yeah.
that we got to help you through the process, but also let you retain that big boss attitude of this is my ship and I tell you
Yes.
what to go.
So great. It was amazing. And Mitch was awesome too.
He is something special, that one. It's
Yeah.
so crazy to see your she was my first VA,
Yeah.
and watch her go from being like my executive assistant, who was kind of just like an extra arm, to like running the show. Cause I don't really
Yeah.
do anything. Everyone's like, oh my God, how do you do it all? But in actuality, like Mitch runs everything, and she just comes to me and is like, hey, how does this look? If
Yeah.
so and so on this team has a question, or this person needs a day off, or do you approve this? And I'm like, whatever you say, girlfriend, like you run it now. Like, let me know who I need to write a check to. She's amazing.
Right.
um, so tell me, what kind of tasks? Because first and foremost, they tried to hide it from us in the service industry. The people in these online businesses and real estate, they tried to hide the fact
Yep.
that this was even an option from us in the
Right.
service industry. And I
You're
feel
so
like I was
right.
one of the first people to kind of break out in the service industry and have virtual assistants.
Mhm.
So everyone wants to know, well, what can a virtual assistant do for you in this industry? Girl, tell them, tell us what your virtual assistant, what kind of tasks does she do to help your business?
Oh my gosh. I mean, what can't she do really? Like she can literally do everything. She does do everything. And like honestly too, like I mean, just to like directly answer your question, I mean, she helps me with like scheduling my social medias. I mean, we have a consistent flow on my social medias. Like that was something literally I had just like my logo on my Instagram for like literally 2 years. And now if you go to my page, it's like we're consistently posting, like she runs the social medias, like she books appointments for me, she researches for me because I have a whole bunch of other things that I'm working on as well. She's a part of my women's group. She does post in my women's group. Like, I mean, like I said, she literally does everything. Anything that I want, from like personal stuff that will help my business life,
Yeah,
and business stuff. So she does everything.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah,
Um,
me too.
it really gives you the sense of being an actual CEO instead of being self-employed. Like
Yes,
going
Brittany.
from being self-employed to being like, you know what, my assistant will handle that. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
No,
oh, I'm
I'm telling
important.
you, Brittany, you're so right. Like seriously, that's the difference. And I remember in my first like initial meeting with you and Mitch, you were talking about your life, and Mitch was like, she's the CEO. And that's how I feel now. It's like I've transitioned from just, exactly working for myself to I'm like,
Yeah,
oh damn, okay, like damn, I
I
am a
love it.
boss. What's
Yeah, throw that
up?
hair, girl, throw that hair. Um, So tell us about how your life has changed. What is the difference between having a virtual assistant and the life before having a virtual assistant?
I would say that my life has changed dramatically. Honestly, like me and Diane have literally like cried on Zoom calls together. I feel like an actual boss now. I feel like I have a business. Diane has helped me hire a legit employee, not just somebody who's trying to make money. She's helped me become more organized. She's holding me accountable. I work harder every day because I know that she's literally every morning my Facebook Messenger goes off. I'm like, oh, it's 7 a.m. because Diane's always there and always on time. So having her that accountability every day instead of just me
Mm,
answering to like, oh, it's cool, I'll just do it. I'll do it then because I can. I make my own schedule. But having Diane there, she's really helped me with the structure, being more intentional. Also because, I am paying her, I'm like, okay, we got to make sure we're working,
yes.
you know? So she just completely elevated my life. Like I said, I honestly feel like I actually am a boss. And it's really just opened me up to the fact that I don't have to be so limited. I was so afraid before as a do-it-yourselfer to, like release the reins. And I feel like that was a little bit of like fear to like
Yeah.
go to the next level. But Diane, she's really just like opened that up with that accountability piece. Like she's there every day at 7 a.m. And I know that I have to work with her and that
Yeah.
she's depending on me.
Yeah.
So it's really
Yeah.
helped me be more accountable and show up as an actual boss.
It is life changing. Like I think about what my life was like before my first VA, and I was pretending to be a boss.
Brittany, imposter syndrome like a mother, literally.
I was pretending to be a boss. I was pretending to be more successful than I was. I was pretending I had an assistant. Like I was like pretending to be this person that I wanted to be. And then when I finally
Yeah,
was, okay, I'm going to make this investment in my business, in my life, everything changed forever. And so I'm so glad
literally.
to see that happening for you and your business. And we're going to show the janitorial and cleaning world that VAs run this. Okay.
They really do. No, you're totally right. I just have to, elaborate on that because I really did. I felt like I had this imposter syndrome, and it's because I didn't have that structure in place.
Yeah.
And Diane, she's really helped me set up that structure. So I feel like I actually have a solid foundation now that I can build upon. And
Yeah.
before, it was just so everywhere because I wasn't like, I was self-employed. It pretty much felt like I had a job, but
Yeah.
now I feel like a legit business owner.
In the cleaning business, it's easy to do that. It's easy to
Yeah.
have because you have money coming in. So you feel
Mhm.
like you are able to have your own business. But if a lot of people focus so much on just the cleaning part of it that
Yep.
they don't focus on the systems and the back end stuff. So it's impossible to scale.
Yes. Oh my God.
You can never get to that $1 million mark without having the systems because employees won't stay. Like
Yep.
and like everything your customers won't stay because you don't have systems to follow up with them. You're just like
Oh
it
my
it
gosh.
really changes everything when you have those systems in place and you're going to see like it is just going to go
I
straight to
feel it,
the
Brittany. And
straight to
you
the
you actually hit it right there when we said systems, because that's really what it boiled down to. Is that when Diane came on board, it wasn't just like a me having these random ideas. It was like, okay, I have these random ideas, but then she helped me get systems in place so that we can actually execute, and I feel like that's what really made the difference. So
Yes, ma'am. All
Mhm.
right. Well, listen, thank you so much for being a part of the show today, telling us about your experience. You are the best part of our company. We wake up and 7 a.m. ding ding all day long, trying to make your life easier. And I'm so glad that, what we're doing is working. And it's so empowering for me. Like I'm going to
Oh,
be on a high all day long now after talking to you about how what we're doing in my business is helping you in your business. So thank you so much
thank you
for
so much.
being the best part of our company and have a wonderful day. And if you
Thank
want
you,
to get
Brittany.
in touch with Bendita or need something cleaned up in Tucson, Arizona, we will of course put her contact information in there for you guys so that you can get in touch with her and we'll talk to you next time.
Thank you so much, Brittany. I just have to say, I really appreciate you guys. You literally have changed my life, and I'm honestly blown away by what you guys are doing here. So it's great to be a part of it.
Great. Thank you so much. You make me feel so
Thank
good,
you.
girl.
Yeah, you're amazing. I look up to you, so I appreciate your time.
Absolutely.